Hi, and welcome to our Facebook Friday. I was having trouble getting my camera to not show everything sideways to you. Today we are going to be using the Jolly Delivery bundle along with the North Pole Delivery Designer Series paper. I actually started to do a different set, but decided to switch to this one because the other one is unavailable for a couple more weeks. And so I decided to go with this one. I wanted to show you a little bit of this paper before we get started because there is a lot of adorable stuff in this. So, and I've been using this, as you can tell, so it's all cut up. So one side has all of these random letters and envelopes, and the other side has all of these cute animal punches, or not punches, but portraits on this paper. And then you have a couple of these sheets with tons of these cutouts, and these just pop right out, as you can tell by that. And so there are two sheets of these, and they are different. They're not exactly the same. So one has the animals, and then a lot of the letters and envelopes. And then the other one has houses and envelopes and little stamps that are super cute, along with mailboxes, cars, houses, just a lot of super adorable stuff. We're going to use some of these in the cards that we're making today. So those are two sheets of the Designer Series paper in your pack. And then along with that, you have this first one that I showed you with the dogs on one side. And it's got, this one's primarily dogs. Super cute with letters on the other side. This one has a green background with stamps and postal marks. And then it has a lot of cars with animals in it, which is really cute. And then you have a page that has this pool party background with white dots and more animals. Some of them are bears. You have dogs, you have birds, squirrels, all kinds of stuff. And then one of the other sheets that you have, as you can tell, I have really been going through this, is this vanilla with the Poppy Parade grid on it, which is super cute. And on the other side of that is also letters and stuff, but this one is more like organized to where you could die cut or fussy cut these out and use them on your cards, which is super cute. I'm also going to show you that the dies that you get for this will cut out a treat box and you can use it to decorate that. And then finally, and I've really cut this paper up. Let me grab the piece, the bigger piece, so that you're not having to walk through it. But it's this paper that has all of these houses that are just really pretty, very colorful with garden green and poppy parade and pool party, really cute. And then the other side has a lot more of the mailboxes and the mail chutes to put your letters in. So super cute set. Really fun. There is so much you can do with this, and I will show you a sneak peek at the end, but I am actually, try not to mess everything up here. I am actually offering a card kit this month with this set with everything designed. It's a Christmas set, and it will include 10 make and takes, 4 designs of cards, and you'll get enough to make 2 of each, along with 2 treat boxes. And I just did 1 design, but obviously there's so much neat paper in that you can use that and make your own. I also will include a full pack of the Designer Series paper in that, along with the deer dots, which is what we are going to use today in our cards that we're making today. We'll be making 3. And these are really cute. You have them in garden green, pool party, petal pink, and poppy parade. And then you will also receive a full roll of the red and white baker's twine, which is really cute. And so that's what we're using today. Let me show you the dies if you decide to order the bundle. And I do not have them in here. I thought they were. But the dies, I'm not even sure where they are. So I will show these to you. I will send a photograph whenever I send out the email. But the dies will also cut out the treat box that we're going to make today, or we're not going to make it today, but you'll see one made up because it'll be part of the sneak peeks for my Christmas card set that I'm offering this month. And so you'll see that. But this has great stamps. It has "Hoping This Christmas is the Most Magical Yet," "From Me to You," "Special Delivery," "From Here to There," "Sending Merry Tidings," "Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes," and "From the North Pole." So lots of cute things. I love this one with the little paw prints. Super cute. You've got, you know, the different animals with their gifts. You've got a gift one, the little postal mark, the mailbox stand, along with some letter stamps. So lots of cute ideas in this set. So with that being said, we're going to make 3 cards. And if you would like to receive a card kit to make these 3 cards, you can place an order using this QR code. Or you can go to my website at inkycreationsbylinda.com, and you will see a shop here link, and you can click on that. And if you place an order of $35 or more, I will send you everything you need to make the 3 cards that we make today, plus envelopes, and you will have everything you need to make that. So let's get started with our first card. So our first one is going to use a white card base, and it is just a regular 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and then you will have a piece of designer series paper, and we are going to just glue that on the front. I hope you guys have had a nice week. Like I say every week, it's hard to believe it's already Friday. Weeks go by way too quickly. All right. All right, so that is our base. And then you will have a die cut of Pool Party. And this is from the perennial postage dies. And I thought this was just really cute, since so much of what we're doing in this set have to do with letters and delivering from the North Pole. So we are going to, before we stamp this, because I want to know where to put my stamps, you will have these die cuts already done for you, and this is in Poppy Parade with a white background. This is a tag, and this comes from, let me grab the tag so that I can tell you the name of it and not mess that up. Where did it go? All of my dies are missing. I think it's because I pulled them out and didn't put them back. I don't see it right now. I think I put it with one of my other projects. Here are the dies with the North Pole delivery that have the die for the treat box that we were talking about earlier. And then they have another, there are actually 2 sheets of dies in here. And then the other one has the mailbox, some of the animals, and the envelopes. So lots of cute stuff. So I will get the name of this and put that in my email also, because I am having a major brain fart and cannot remember. So we are going to kind of adhere this together before we do, so that we can set this on here and do our stamping. So I am just going to put some glue dots on the back of this. And you don't need a lot because I don't want the adhesive to show through the front. So let's just put a couple on the thicker parts of this. Let me grab my glasses. I am just all discombobulated today. And then we'll put another one about right here. You don't need a lot because the other items are also going to kind of hold this down and keep these together. Okay, so then I am going to place this right around here, and so I know now how much room I have on my stamp set. So we are going to stamp Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes with Poppy Parade ink and put that below where the tag is. Okay, and it can be kind of at an angle because I want it to have that whimsical feel. So I'm just going to set that right there so I don't stick my finger in it. All right, and then what we want to do now is take this and put this on our card front. I like to stamp these before I put them on because I don't want to take a chance of stamping it and then putting it on, and I don't want to put it on and then stamp it because if I don't like it, I can't flip it over. So that's why I like to stamp them first. And we're just going to put this kind of at an angle. Okay. So then now we are going to take our tag and kind of put this in the center. And there's no right or wrong way to do that, but we are going to pop this up on some dimensionals. So let's grab some of those. There we go. I tell you, I have made so many cards out of this set so far, and I still have so much left over. It's just amazing. So super, super fun with all of these. And you can tell that I went ahead and pulled out some of the little cutouts that we're going to use. So we have this, which is super cute with a little postage stamp with a heart. And then I grabbed one of the envelopes and then also one of the little letter stands. I call it a letter stand, a mailbox where you drop your letters in. And so we are just going to randomly put that on here, and I'll show you how there's just so many cute things that you can do with this. And like I said, there's no right or wrong way. It's just up to however creative you want to be with these. But these would make great little gifts for neighbors and co-workers and teacher gifts with the little treat box. Just super cute. And you've got enough of the cutouts in there off of just one pack of paper to really give you a lot. All right, and so then I want to have my letter kind of go at an angle. So I'm going to put a couple of glue dots on that. And you don't have to do a lot. You can do a few more than I am. But for time's sake, I'm trying to just get them on there so that you're not watching me do that all day. And then I'm going to take my postage stand and put it over here and then put my stamp down here on the edge. Okay, so let me grab a couple of glue dots for this. Next Friday, my Facebook Live will actually be pre-recorded, and it will be scheduled to go live at 5:30. I am not going to be able to do it live next week, and so I wanted to pre-record that so that you will have that. I'm not sure yet which set I'm going to be using, but I'm sure it will be something fun, but I will get that done this weekend. All right. So now, what we are going to do is we are going to take our twine that we have and tie a double bow and put that where the hole is for the tags. So we just are taking 2 strands of this and tying a double bow, and then we will put that with a glue dot. All right, and then let's just trim off the excess. And then, whoops. And put that right here. Kind of fix that. Okay. And then that is card number 1. Let me show you my sample, because on it, I actually also put this little sled guy with the dog, and I thought I pulled out another one and I don't see it now. So we are just going to do that. And then on the inside, you can decorate it with the stamps that are in that set or any of these little cutouts. Super cute, but that will give you more ideas to stamp that with. All right, so that's card number 1. Let's go ahead and do card number 2. It is going to use a Poppy Parade card base. I can't think right now. A Poppy Parade card base, and it is 8.5 by 5.5, but I cut off 1.25 inches. Pretty sure. Yes, that's correct. 1.25 inches from one side. And so you will have a piece of designer series paper that looks like this, and we are going to glue that onto here. I just love the colors in this paper. They're just bright and festive and super cute. These would make really good, this whole designer series pack would make really cute projects if your kids are wanting to make Christmas cards for their teachers or for their friends, because there's so many mix and match items that you can do. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do the inside of this one before I finish the outside, because I want to get everything where I want it to be. So you will have a piece of designer series paper, and this is going to go right on the edge of your white paper that will go inside. And so I am just going to place it there in order to get my stamp where I want it to be. And we are going to use Poppy Parade again, and we're going to use the stamp that says, "Hoping this Christmas is the most magical yet," and grab some ink and then stamp that. But a lot of times I like to do it this way so that I'm not guessing where I'm supposed to stamp it. All right, so then let's go ahead and adhere this to the inside. And this inside piece is 4 by 5.25. And then the designer series paper is actually 1.25 inches by also 5.25. And so we are going to put that on the edge. And we are just going to adhere this to the edge of the white paper. There we go. And kind of put that down. All right. So now this is what our card looks like whenever it's shut. So you will have a piece of Poppy Parade that is embossed with the Forever Plaid embossing folder. And this is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So I want to put some adhesive just over here on one side because I don't want to glue it to this other side. So let's throw some glue down on that. And then just kind of put this on here. There we go. Make sure it's straight. I believe it is. Yeah, that looks good. All right. And then you will have a die cut circle with the stylish shapes. And so I'm going to use dimensionals to pop this up. So we'll put a few of those on there. And I'm going to put this kind of toward the top because I want to leave some room below it to put a label down here. And then I am using the bear with the gifts on his back. If you, oh, you know what I forgot to do on the first card? I forgot to put any embellishments. So we'll bring that one back out and do that. I can't believe I forgot that. But we will... if you place an order of $35 or more and I send you your card kit, you may get the bear, but you also, there's a super cute little dog with gifts. So you may also get that too, just depending. So I am going to place this bear on here, and I'm also going to use dimensionals on my bear just to pop him up a little more. So let's go ahead and put some of those. I think I was so excited that of how cute it was, I just completely missed putting the dimensionals on there. And they do still make a little bit of a difference. So we definitely want to do that. So, all right. So here is this. And then you will have a small banner that is also with the stylish shapes. Make sure I have this on the right side. And we are going to stamp special delivery on this. And there we go. And we will go ahead and pop this up. I'm probably going to put the dimensionals primarily on the upper part to make sure that it doesn't go off the edge onto the other part. And I'm going to use the smaller dimensionals on this. So let's just put a couple of these on here. There we go. And we are going to put that right here. And then I, again, am going to use 2 strands of the real red and white baker's twine and tie a bow. I love this baker's twine. I just think it's so cute and versatile. And even though it is real red and like our paper on this is more Poppy Parade, I think it still looks really good with it. And it's just, it's nice to be able to mix and match some of these products together. All right, so let's grab a glue dot. And put this right here. And then let's get our deer dots and put some of those on here. And then we're also going to decorate our first card with these because we just completely did not do that. So let's see, we'll put one right here. And then I like these because they do come in the large and the small sizes, which is kind of nice. It's just nice to kind of have that variety. We'll do one here and maybe a small one down here. And then how about if we do 1, 2, 3, 4? We want to do an odd number. So let's go ahead and do one more, maybe right around here. Okay. So this is card number 2. Really fun. And then let me go ahead and grab the other card back, and we will put some dimensionals on it because, or embellishments on it, because we just completely did not do that. So I think I'm going to use the red ones because I just really like those. So we'll do one there. How about a smaller one over here? And then maybe one more. We'll do another big one and do it down here. All right, so there we go. So here's card number 1 with the embellishments on it this time. All right, so finally we are going to do our third card, which is really fun. This one is a garden green backing, and I am just really drawing a blank today. The dies that are, my goodness, my brain is, oh, here are those tags too. I'll get that out. It's the textured notes dies. And by the way, that tag that we did on the other one is called pattern tags. I always want to call it paper tags, and I knew that wasn't right. But it's the pattern tags, and you get all of these different types of tags. And what I used on that one was this one along with the plain one. And so it gives you options to do that. So these are the textured notes dies that I used with this, and we have one that is Poppy Parade that is, and also this card is going to be landscape. So we are going to put it down flat in the middle, and then we will have another piece that is also using the textured notes dies, but in Pool Party, and layer it on top of this one. So let's put this one down first. There we go. And you're just going to kind of center it in the middle of your card front. And then you will have a piece that is also cut with the textured notes dies, and then it is embossed with the words of the season embossing folder. So then we are going to glue this flat. And by the way, if you place an order for $35 or more, I will send you a card kit to make these 3 cards, and it will include everything you see here. You will have all of your designer series paper cut for you. You will have the cutouts that we're using. You will also have envelopes and the ribbon or the twine and the embellishments that we're using. So I will send you enough to make these 3 cards, and it will give you all of that. Okay, and then I cut a strip of this paper with the houses on it that's super cute. This is 1.5 inches wide, or tall, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. And then you want to cut it the width of your paper. And so in this case, this one is 4 3/4 inches. Okay, so we are going to put it here, but we're actually going to pop this one up on dimensionals. And I just want to kind of put the dimensionals around the edges, and you will see why. So let's do that. And then we will do some stamping And then, let's see, I'll do one on the bottom. I just don't want to do any on the top. And you will see why in a second whenever we get ready to put our last piece down on this so that we can slide it kind of underneath this. I wanted to give this kind of a 3D approach, so that's why I use the dimensionals on here. And you just kind of want to line up the bottom edges of this so that your pool party is in the background. And then you will have this white die cut circle. This comes from the Spotlight from Nature dies. And we are going to stamp Hoping This Christmas is the Most Magical Yet in Poppy Parade. And you can just kind of put this in the top. You don't really want to center it because we're going to tuck it down underneath there. Okay, so then I'm going to just put a little bit of glue on the back of this. And it doesn't take a lot because I don't want to end up with glue all over everything. And then we are just going to kind of tuck this down in here and line it up to where it is straight and then push that down. Okay, and so again, we're going to make a double bow with our real red and white twine. And so I'm using 2 strands of this, and then we will put that together and use a glue dot to adhere this. Well, if I can tie my bow. There we go. And then kind of get it to the length that you want it, and however large. There we go, that's a little better. This side is a little bit funky, but we can always adjust it with our glue dot if we need to. And then let's go ahead and trim our edges. All right, and then let's grab a glue dot. By the way, if any of you are interested, this month throughout October, there is an incredible starter kit special. So if you would like information on that, you can go to my website, which is the inkycreationsbylinda.com, and it will give you information on there on the tab that says, or on the page that says join my team. But in the month of October, you can get the starter kit for as little as $35. And when you do that, you can select $125 of product. If you decide to do that between now and next Thursday, while this card kit is being offered, I will send you this card kit for joining or purchasing the starter kit. It's a fantastic deal. You can see all of the benefits. Whenever you go to my page, there is no future obligation to buy anything. But if you do, you will receive a minimum 20% discount from now through at least March of 2026. There's no shipping. All you pay is the $35 plus tax, which is a fantastic deal. And if you say, well, I want more than $125 worth of product, you can get the starter kit that is $99 and you receive $189 in product. It is probably the best starter kit special that I have seen since I've been a part of Stampin' Up! Over the last 5 years. But it's a great time to get in on this. If it's something that you've been contemplating or are thinking about, it's just a great deal. And I think the thing that I enjoy the most about being a part of this is just the friendships and the sharing of ideas and all of that. So if you are interested, you are always welcome to send me a direct message if you have additional questions or comments. But I did want to make sure that I mentioned that today so that if you're interested, you can know that you can still get this card kit making these 3 cards, even if you get the starter kit and you only pay $35. So here are the 3 cards for today. I would like to also show you, I have a Christmas kit that was just released today. And if you are interested in this, you need to sign up by October 26th. But here is a sneak peek of the cards that are in that kit. You receive 2 of each, enough materials to make 2 of each one, a full pack of DSP, a full package of the deer dots that we use today, along with a roll of the real red and white twine. But here is a sneak peek of these cards, and they're just super fun and a lot of cute stuff. In addition to that, you will also receive everything cut, die cut, dry embossed for you, but you will also receive 2 of the treat boxes. So if you are interested, you can go to my website. I will have that uploaded probably later this evening. It's not on there now for this class kit, but if you just want these 3 cards, you can either place an order or purchase the starter kit and get that. If you're interested in my club, here are the cards for that, and the club registration closes on the 15th, which is next week. So make sure you sign up. You can get information for the club on my website. And so if you are interested, you can either sign up for the subscription or you can just get the single card kit, which will include everything you see to make these 4 cards. You'll get enough supplies to make 2 of each, along with a half a pack of designer series paper and embellishments and ribbon. So that is our card kit for today. If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to drop me a comment below or send me a direct message, and I will be happy to get back with you. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and thank you so much for watching, whether it's live or on the replay, and I will see you next week. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.